In order to run like really deep intelligence, you need a lot of compute. So it's not like, you can just fire up a PC in your basement and be running AGI, at least not yet. Grok was trained on 8,000 A100s running at peak efficiency. And Grok's going to get a lot better, by the way. We'll be more than doubling our compute every couple months for the next several months.
There's a nice write-up of how it went from Grok 0 to Grok 1.
By Grok?
Yeah, like Grok just bragging, making shit up about itself.
Just Grok.
Yeah. It's like a weird AI dating site where it exaggerates about itself. No, there's a write-up of, like where it stands now, the history of its development, and where it stands on some benchmarks compared to the state of the art GPT 3.5. And so, I mean, there's Llama. You can open source once it's trained. You can open source a model, and for fine tuning and all that kind of stuff. Like, what to you is the pros and cons of that, of open sourcing based models?
I think there's some merit to open sourcing. I think perhaps with a slight time delay. I don't know, 6 months even. I think I'm generally in favor of open sourcing, like bias was open sourcing. I mean, it is a concern to me that, OpenAI, I was, I guess arguably the prime, prime mover behind OpenAI in the sense that it was created because of discussions that I had with Larry Page, back when he and I were friends, and I'd stay at his house and talk to him about AI safety, and Larry did not care about AI safety, or at least at the time he didn't. And at one point he called me a speciesist for being pro-human, and I'm like, well, what team are you on, Larry? It's on Team Robot, to be clear. And I'm like, okay, so at the time, Google had acquired DeepMind. They had probably 2/3 of all AI research, probably 2/3 of all the AI researchers in the world. Mm-hmm. They had basically infinite money and compute. And the guy in charge, Larry Page, did not care about safety and even yelled at me, and called me a speciesist as being pro-human.
So I don't know if you know this about humans. They can change their mind, and maybe you and Larry Page can be friends once more.
I'd like to be friends with Larry again. He got really the breaking of the friendship was over OpenAI, and specifically, I think the key moment was recruiting Ilya Sutskever. So
I love Ilya. He's so brilliant.
Ilya's a good human, smart, good heart, and that was a tough recruiting battle. It was mostly Demis on one side and me on the other, both trying to recruit Ilya. And Ilya went back and forth. He was going to stay at Google, then he was going to leave, then he was going to stay, then he was going to leave. And finally, he did agree to join OpenAI. That was one of the toughest recruiting battles I've ever had. But that was really the linchpin for OpenAI being successful. And I was, also instrumental in recruiting a number of other people. And I provided all of the funding in the beginning, over $40 million. And the name. The open in OpenAI is supposed to mean open source. And it was created as a non-profit open source, and now it is a closed source for maximum profit, which I think is not good karma.
But like we talked about with war and leaders talking, I do hope that there's only a few folks working on this at the highest level.